It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Noisy Bastards Brewing Company, and this is a bottle of their Pongo Pow. It's an Imperial Stout coming in at 12.8% ABV, 330 milliliter bottle. Beer brewed in Sweden, brewery based in Sweden. There's a look at the label. Without further ado, black bottle cap. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening, beer in the glass. I want to say a massive thank you to Håkan in Sweden for sending us some incredible beers to review on the channel. I mean, look at this. Look at this Imperial Stout. It just looks absolutely fantastic. A one finger tan coloured head, jet black beer in the glass with no light bleeding through whatsoever. What you're seeing at the bottom of the glass is sediment. It's not light bleeding through. It is a jet black beer, so lots of suspended and sediment that's made its way to the bottom of the glass there. Jet black beer. Look at this. Look at it. It looks fantastic. Let's get the aroma. Oh, wow. Chocolate coffee caramel, naturally. I think it's one of our favourite sayings, as much as fleshy blood oranges. A little bit of Bisto gravy in this one. Like a gravy aroma, but then vanilla. Oak, little kick of the alcohol that's in there at 12.8% ABV. There's no hiding away from that. It's a big beer. Let's get into this one then. Cheers, everybody. Whoa. Oh. That is so everything. That is so everything in a beer. In an Imperial Stout. It's warming. I can feel the warmth of the beer hitting the throat, sliding down to the pit of the stomach. I'm getting loads of licorice flavours, which indicate that the beer has been dry hopped quite heavily. It's a combination of the roasted malt and the hops in the beer. They clash. Roasted malt and the hops clash inside the beer, and they give you a flavour profile of plum and fig and prune and licorice. You know, all your favourite dark things in life. What are your favourite dark fruits and licorices and spiciness and pepperiness? It's really lovely. It's a really lovely beer. One of my favourite styles is Imperial Stout. Vanilla. Loads of vanilla, a little spray of carbonation around the inside of the mouth just to help push the beer around. It's quite a thick mouthfeel, creamy, thick and dense. But that carbonation just helps to lift that denseness a little bit in the beer. Touch of coconut, a little bit of a coconut flavour in there, and then you got that bitterness. So let me put the beer down for a second and explain what's going on with the bitterness and that chocolate, that coffee, that caramel, the reason why these flavours are in the beer. So the brewer, if they brew a really good Imperial Stout, will naturally add lots of mouthfeel to the beers. This beer is thick and creamy and gloopy. I'll show you, I've drank some of it now, so I'll be able to roll that beer around in the glass. I mean, look at it. You can see the lacing on the glass, you can see the alcohol legs going on. You can see as I rock it back and forth, you can see that carbonation chasing the head up the glass. It looks absolutely wonderful. But that's all body. What I'm talking to you about is body, mouthfeel, creaminess. That's what creaminess in a beer looks like. Of course, without, you know, making a 3% ABV beer and calling it Worthington Cream Flow. I mean, that's where they kind of artificially pump nitrogen into the beer and make a right old mess of it. This is done naturally, how beer was done or has been done for hundreds if not thousands of years. But the reason why they add all that creaminess, all that big, thick, gloopy, treacle-like engine oil style mouthfeel is when they add the hops to the beer and when they add the roasted malt to the beer, it naturally adds bitterness and it naturally combines to give the roasted malt will give a natural coffee flavour and a natural coffee bitterness, a natural dark chocolate flavour, but with it, that natural dark chocolate bitterness. It's really quite clever. It's really quite clever. Same as then with the malts. They put in then lighter malts in the beer to give you that slightly sweet caramel flavour that's in the beer. There's so many layers of flavour to the beer. It's one of the reasons why, well, let's face it, the last time I was in Sweden, 2.5 years ago, or was it 3 years ago? I'm starting to lose track of time now with what's happening with being stuck indoors all the time. Not stuck indoors, but stuck in this country. I live on an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and it's making me quite sad that I can't visit these countries that brew terrific beer. Yes, we have amazing beer in the UK, but I do like to travel and experience other countries' beers. And the last time I went to Sweden, I spent like the first beer of the day. I remember waking up in the morning from the night before thinking, oh man, I'm never going to drink another beer again. Oh, I've had too much, you know. Went down for breakfast, got a good breakfast in me. And then I went off to this beer festival. And the first beer that was handed to me in the morning at this beer festival in Sweden was an Imperial Stout by Angry Chair in America. And it was like 14% ABV. And number one, in America, they queue round the block. They're queuing round the block for Angry Chair Brewing Company's stouts. They're like world famous stouts. I've never tried it. I wanted to try it, and it was handed to me at 11 o'clock in the morning. I thought, you know what? Kill or cure. This, you know, it's either going to knock me on the floor or I'm going to be fine. And lo and behold, I drank that Imperial Stout, and then I carried on drinking Imperial Stouts all day. All day. It's one of the most amazing drinking sessions I've ever done in my life. But not just drinking session, but sampling, properly tasting the beer and enjoying the beer. But the style of beer, going back to it, Imperial Stout is one of my favourite styles of all time. And I drank some crackers. It was the Brewskival in Sweden. I really miss it. I really miss the whole buzz of beer festivals. The buzz of meeting people, people recognising you, saying hello, having a beer with them. You know, they watch your channel. It's great. It's blooming fantastic. I love it. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here. Welcome to the world of Noisy Bastards Brewing Company. You're now holding an Imperial Stout brewed with love, care and a touch of licorice root. That's the licorice. Stay noisy, always brew beer and never stop the beer revolution. It's an Imperial Stout, 12.8% ABV, brewed with malted barley, hops, yeast, licorice root and water. Brewed in Sweden. I'm going to rate it. I like it enough to give it I like that. It's a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.